What is up, everybody? Soundspeed here. Okay, no, I wish. I really wish, but no. Why would you love me, Soundspeed? Why would you love me? Anyway, this is a game that I am doing for a special New Year's Eve thing. It is a brony-related game, so if you are adverse to games involving ponies or things related to them, then please leave and don't complain in the comments, because it's your fault if you watch the video. I'm warning you now, don't stick around. For those of you that are sticking around, congratulations. Anyway, so this is Starswirl Academy. This is only the demo. It's pretty much the alpha. Only takes about a half an hour to do, but anyway, the demo represents a project still in development. It does not reflect the final game. Some features such as menu and music are placeholders. This all feels like one big dream. The movements in it aren't determined by me. Life is just taking me along for the ride. I'm certain it doesn't know what to do with me anymore. Before I even had a chance to wrap my head around what's happened, my life has changed around me once more. I have to try and figure out what's happening before it changes again. I always seem to go along with the decisions that are made for me. People around me, while they have my best interest in mind, push me along, and I never have much to say in the matter. I know my parents want what's best for me, but I never really get a chance to say anything about whatever they want me to do. If my teachers tell me to do something, then I have to do it. I can't just turn down my friends. But is all of this what's best for me? I don't even know what's important to me in life. I haven't put much thought into it, and honestly, I'm not sure if I want to. Life is comfortable for me, after all. Even if it is constantly challenging, at least I always seem to have a good friend by my side. This is really no different, but at least the friend by my side this time is an old one. I know I can count on them to be there for me if I need it. I'm not sure if I'd be going to this school at all if they hadn't come back into my life, but for what it's worth, I'm grateful she did. Tom? Tom? Hey, Earth to Tom. There you are. You were spacing out again. Oh, sorry. You should pay attention when someone's talking to you. It's rude to ignore people. I've heard this lecture before. There's one thing I know about Ty. It's that she always has a lecture prepared for when she thinks I've done something wrong. Okay, for the record, one, never played this game before. I literally just downloaded it, like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. And second, after reading some of the updates, Hasbro was actually nice for once. And instead of sending them a full-on cease and desist letter, they just told the guys making it, Zap Apple Studios, I think it is, or Zap Apple Projects, or something like that. They just told them to change the names of their characters and take out some of the copywritten images from the show. So after doing that, it's still clearly a fan game, but with less, copyright-based material. Even if what Hasbro is is doing about this was still, you know, kind of generally stupid. You know, at least they weren't shutting down the project like they did with things like Fighting is Magic, I think. So, oh yeah, and also basically every commentator ever. Anyway, she really never changes. Not that that's a bad thing. Sorry, I guess I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything that's going on. It's too surreal. What's surreal about it? The fact that it's happening at all, I suppose. One day I'm happily attending school, and the next Ty comes back to my life trying to convince me to go to this fancy academy of hers. Trying, succeeding. Nothing, I guess. She makes an expression like she knows what I was thinking anyway. You aren't still dwelling on this, are you? You didn't have to come if you didn't want to, you know. No, you didn't force me. I agreed to go, but I'm not sure if this is really what I wanted to do. Things are moving so fast for me. It doesn't even feel real. You know, you're supposed to take me out to dinner first. Well, perhaps this will be a good thing for you. If you're stuck in a rut, trying new things is a good way to spur your creativity. Since you're always dragging your feet, I think Starswirl will do you some good. It probably will. After all, it's a prestigious school, and it'll challenge me academically. There'll be new opportunities I wouldn't have back home. Okay, so you can reverse the text, like I just went back to the beginning. Okay, I bet you'll be able to find out what you're good at before you know it. You make it sound so easy. You never know it until you try, right? It's a cute smile. I suppose. You really should get more into the spirit of this Starswirl Academy. Is going to be absolutely amazing. I can already feel it in my vagina. Ty always has a way of seeing the brighter side of life. When I'm unsure or uncertain about what's going to happen, she's already rushing forward. She told me while she was away, she had met many amazing people and learned amazing things. I'm still not entirely sure what she went through, but it seems to have made her grow quite a lot as a person. She must really have it together to have received the scholarship she did. The headmaster's scholarship. It's so out of my league, it's kind of funny when I think about it. Actually, that reminds me. So, this headmaster, what's he like? She is my idol. Oh, I just assumed anyone would have guessed the headmaster was a man. Wouldn't a woman be a headmistress? You know, now that I think about it, I suppose it's not all that uncommon. Well, there's a lot that could be said about her. At least she didn't give me a lecture. She has this sense of grace about her. She does everything with a regal air. She's incredibly smart. Probably the smartest person ever. She's incredibly kind and forgiving, both wise and clever. For her age, she's beautiful. That's a quite glowing review, Ty. If I had to guess, it sounds like you have a crush on her. What? Absolutely not. She's just a very nice woman, and I'm excited to finally meet her. Hey, it's okay with me if you swing that way. I just never would have guessed you went for the older types. Ty turns away from me to stare at the... Dude, you are not smooth. Come on. You're an ass. I chuckled. Teasing her always brightens my mood a little. Reactions are adorable. I'm sure you'll like Starswirl. Just give it a chance, alright? I will, Ty. Don't worry. The cabin goes quiet. Only the sound of the train clacking against the rails remains. After a few minutes of watching the passing landscapes flash by, my eyes wander over to Ty. She's curled up against the window, resting her head in her arms. She seems so calm and peaceful. It's almost as if I were looking at a completely different person. My stomach breaks the silence. Shake my head a little, realizing I'm probably staring more than I should be. At all the wrong places. It's going to be a long train ride. Maybe I should go see what they have in the cafe car before I get a boner. I open the door and step into the hall. Closing the door softly behind me, I make my way to the back of the train. Cafe car is huge, much bigger than I expected. Hello there! An energetic voice calls out from behind the bar. Wud. The counter shakes and an empty cup falls to the floor. Aha! A girl jumps up, rubbing her head and wincing. You okay? I'm fine, she gasps when she sees me. Starswirl? I glanced up. These clothes, I suppose everyone will recognize me as an Academy student now. Yeah, I'm on my way to... My eyes are suddenly drawn to her clothes. You're a student at Starswirl too? Mm-hmm. But then what are you doing here? What am I doing here? She doesn't seem to follow my question. I mean, what are you doing here working on a train? Oh, I'm making some extra money to pay for tuition. Not quite there. I mean, isn't the first day of school today? It's rhetorical, of course. I'm sure the first day of school is today. Oh yeah, it is. Only the first years really need to go to the first day. It's just orientation. School with a reputation like Starswirl, I expected them to be much more strict than that. Girl puts a sandwich in front of me. Here you are. I didn't even. It's on the house. I do admit, sandwich looks good. Groan. I can't argue with my stomach considering it's actually speaking English now. Shoot, Dixie. Y'all keep giving away food like that, you'll be out of business before the week's out. Another voice breaks the silence. I look towards the seating area. Two girls in Starswirl uniforms are staring at us. Oh, it's alright, it's on the house. I'm not sure that means what you think it does, Sugar Cube. Why, hello, you. One of the girls calls out to me. Aren't you going to sit down and join us? I look down into my sandwich, hoping it would give me an answer. I guess eating it back in our compartment might wake up Ty. Picking up the plate, I walk over to the table and pull up a chair, realizing my sandwich didn't help me out at all. I would have to murder it later. I guess that's what eating it is. Hello, dear. My name's Rosalind. What's yours? She leans closer. Tom. Well, hello. Oh my god, I just realized! He's the big rock. He has the freaking gray hair. He's the big gray rock. Yes! I am done. I'm done. Damn you, Tom! Friggin' rock! They had to give Tom gray hair and gray eyes. They might as well have just given him gray skin, too. Friggin' Jesus Christ. You clever sap apple bastards. Yeah. I swear to God, if Ratchetness catches that, I am going to be a happy person. I am going to hug my Octavia plushie so hard if he catches that I don't even know. That is too perfect. That is too perfect of a thing. Well, hello, Tom. Pleased to make your acquaintance. That sounds like the name of a big rock. Well, I may be hard. Slow down there, cowboy. Oh, Annabelle Jean. Nah, I'm too used to the SNK. Cause, in Shingeki no Kyojin, there's a guy named Jean, but it's actually pronounced Jean. Oh, Annabelle Jean, I'm just being friendly. It's not often we get transfer rocks. I suppose not. Well, nice to meet you, Tom. You too, Annabelle Jean. Sure, if you want to be formal and stuck up about it. Annie's just fine. You can call Rosalind Rose, too. Just because I like to adhere to a certain level of politeness doesn't make me stuck up. Nah, you do that all by yourself. Yes, Tom? Well, it's just that... How did you know I was a transfer student? Well, you're not at orientation right now. And you're missing a little something. She taps her collar. A silver diamond-shaped pin is affixed to her shirt. Glancing over at Annie, I noticed that she's got a pin as well. A silver apple. What are... Crash. Dixie, you alright? Oh, Dixie, Ditzy, I get it. Oh, and, Twy, Annabelle Jean, Applejack, Gosselin, Rarity, da. It's all making sense now. Anne jumps from her chair to assist Dixie, who is now buried in a pile of plastic dishware. I'm okay. I just don't know what went wrong. Two begin to gather plates off the ground. I shake my head and take a bite of the sandwich. That'll teach it for not helping me. I choke down the bite and open the sandwich. It's nothing but mayonnaise and lettuce. That's not the worst I've had. Always look before you eat. Gently slip the sandwich into the trash can and next to the table. I'll just wait for the train station to get some food. Rose chuckles slightly. Probably for the best. I guess I'll be heading back now. I was just about to head back myself. Shall we? We get up and head towards the... Wait, poop. Huh. Okay, I guess I'll save them. Wait, what are these preferences? I'm going to switch... There we go. Yes, please display the character portraits. Actually, no, I think, Anything I can do to help? No, thanks, Tom. We got it. It was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you. You too, Dixie. See you at school. Annie nods warmly. Okay, I think I will actually need the character portraits to know who's talking. Anne nods warmly. Annie. I know it's technically Anne, but I'm used to the whole Shingeki no Kyojin, Annie, Titan with boobs thing. Damn it, I just gave a spoiler. So, your first time at Starswirl. How exciting. What are you, third year? No, I'm second, fourth. What? That's surprising. Here, I thought you were a rock. Can't be that surprising. She nudges me a little. I'm sure you'll be fine. She steps outside the compartment door. This is my stop. Okay, I'll talk to you later. A gentleman. She winks. See you soon. She steps inside and closes the door. Why does she think I'm a rock? Dots. I shake my head and turn toward my destination. Ty's still asleep. She's moved from using the window as a pillow to sprawling out over the entire seat. A small puddle of drool is formed near her mouth. You know, I've actually gotten into the habit of very ever so slightly drooling when I sleep. Like, not to the point where there's a pool of it, but to the point where, like, it's the tiniest bit noticeable. Like, there's just a dot of wetness, like, right next to my mouth when I wake up. So I know what the whole drooling in your sleep thing is like. Apparently not as much as Twilight, though. I should really get rest myself. Stretch and lay down in my chair. I'm surprised at how comfy these are. They're perfect for napping. Tom? Someone's shaking me. Tom? 5 more minutes, Mom. Tom! Wake up! We're almost there! We're all gonna die! I shift from my sleep and let out a yawn. Welcome back to the land of the living. The land of the living, sleepyhead. You were out like a light. Train's comfier than it looks. Let out another yawn as I rub my eyes, letting Ty come into focus. Come on, grab your stuff. The taxi will be waiting for us. Starswirl is just a short drive from the station. There's that gleam in her eye. The one that shows how excited she is. Usually only she see it when she's savoring a brand new book, but it seems Starswirl draws out the same excitement. Alright, I'm up. I stand up and give a stretch before grabbing my luggage from overhead. Ty quickly does the same. The train stops outside a small station. Sure enough, a taxi's waiting nearby. Okay, anyway. The car comes to a stop in front of some rather regal-looking gates, slightly separated from the rest of the town. Figure it must be at least a 20-minute walk back to town. As I step out of the car, I'm suddenly taken aback by the reality of the situation. In front of me are the gates that will lead to the next year of my life. Perhaps even something further in the future. Something I can't even begin to grasp right now. I can see a massive area of lush grass and trees beyond the gate. Just from looking at it. I would have assumed it was a park, but beyond the grass and trees, I can make out a massive building, which I can assume is on the main campus. It's huge. That's what she said. No, that's what all the ladies say to me. It seems Ty's is in just as much awe as I am. This is far removed from what I'm used to back home. It's a simple little house and a school. And a school that, while big, was nowhere near this size. Excuse me? I was so awestruck by the size of the school, I didn't even notice that someone was waiting for us by the gate. Dixie! You know her? Yeah, I met her on the train. But wait. You're the welcome committee? Hi, Tom, and you must be Ty. The headmaster said you'd be arriving just about now. That's right. Well, let me be the first to welcome you to Starswirl Academy. Oh, well, thank you. I really wasn't expecting such a formal greeting. I mean, we're just students arriving at school. Isn't that supposed to be a normal thing? Just how ridiculously upscale is this place? It's very nice to meet you, Dixie. Are you here to take us to the headmaster's office? Oh no, I'm just here to take your luggage. The headmaster wanted to make sure that you weren't dragging your luggage around everywhere, so she sent me. Now, our luggage is being carried to our rooms for us. Ty, what have you gotten me into? Well, I appreciate the offer, but it's not really necessary. I can carry our luggage. Oh, it's really no trouble for me. I do this sort of thing all the time around here. Are you sure they're kind of heavy? Don't count me out just yet. I'm stronger than I look. As if to demonstrate her point, she quickly saunters over to our luggage and picks it up. When she has everything, she manages to balance them in her arms, though I can't help but notice her knees shaking a little. I have to admit, she is stronger than she looks, though she obviously doesn't have to carry all of it. Most of the bags have wheels. I recall the mess she made on the train. Well, it certainly seems you can hold your own. Guess we can trust you with the luggage then. Just be careful. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Or my stuff. Hey, don't worry. I'm just showing off. She quickly places the luggage back on the ground and grabs hold of them the way they were meant to be lifted. I can take care of this. You guys just go up to meet the headmaster. Your things will be in your rooms when you get there. Before either of us could say anything more, she disappears behind the gate, already on her way to the dorms. Wait, where are our rooms anyway? No one told us where we were staying. Don't worry, the headmaster will tell us once we get to her office. Let's just head inside for now. She wants us up in her office by 3:30, so it's best not to keep her waiting. Sure, let's do it right in front of her office. Ty follows in Dixie's footsteps and opens the front gate. I quickly follow behind her. The courtyard opens up before me, and I can get a feel just for how place this big really is. It's all I can do to keep from gawking as my eyes wander about the scenery. Ever slowly approaching building. In the distance, I hear what sounds like a school bell going off. Students slowly start appearing as they head on their way for various activities. Some of them pass us, perhaps on their way to town. Some are just up for a walk in the park, and others seem to be waiting for people. I can't help but notice how well off a lot of these students appear. The uniforms are well taken care of, and they're walking around with expensive phones or bags. I already feel myself becoming conscious of how normal my own things are going to look in comparison. Usually takes a good few minutes to get close to the main building when Ty stops, hand on her chin in thought. What, having second thoughts now? Huh? Of course not. Do you not know the way? Ty, it's fine. We'll just ask for directions. Well, I suppose it makes sense. I'd prefer to just look for some signs that would tell us where to go, but asking people works too. Just a matter of finding someone to ask now. Hi there. Oh, it's... Hi there. From out of nowhere, a girl grabs our hands and shakes them. Paulina Parks. My name's Paulina Parks. You two must be new here. Welcome to Starswirl Academy. Oh, yes, thank you. We just got here. Thank you for being very, very creepy with it. The bright pink girl inhales with a large gasp for some reason. Ty's words seem to have shocked her. But that means you haven't been able to make any friends yet, or get the chance to see the campus, or taste any of the food, or even get to pet one of the new baby bunnies. Baby bunnies? Yes, that's true, but there'll be time for that soon. Steve, we're actually looking for directions to the headmaster's office. Could you tell us the way? Could I? I can do better than that. I can take you there myself. It'll be like a tour of Starswirl extravaganza. Let old Polly Parks lead the way, and we'll be there before you know it. Tour? No, we just need... There's another flash of pink, and suddenly my vision is filled with a deep blue. Her face is so close that I can feel her nose pressing up against mine as I stare into her eyes. What do you think? Sounds like fun, right? Yeah, sure. Fun. Doesn't this girl know about a thing called personal space? All right. Her arms surround me as she squeezes. As a giggle escapes her lips. My face is quickly flushing. I can already tell we're gonna be the bestest of friends. In a flurry of excitement and energy, she grabs hold of my hand and breaks the embrace, only to quickly start dragging me off deeper into the schoolyard. Hey, wait for me. Ty quickly yells out as she gives chase to the hurricane that appears to be abducting me. So, what's your name? I haven't heard it yet. My name? Of course, I can't properly start the tour without you knowing your name. And why did you start dragging me already? It's, Now that's a silly name. Who names their kid, No, it's not, it's Tom. Tom Boulder. That's officially his last name, is Tom Boulder. His last name is Boulder now. Oh, see, that wasn't so hard now, was it? This girl. And what's your girlfriend's name? What? I don't have a girlfriend. Well, sure you do. She's a girl. Who's your friend, right? A girlfriend. I think I'm going to have an aneurysm. Hold up, you two. Seems Ty finally caught up. She's panting. I can already tell she's not used to running around a lot. She really should exercise more. Geez, running off like that. Couldn't you at least wait for me? Oh, I thought you would be right behind us. Sorry, I'm sure you'll both be able to enjoy the Polly Park Spectacular Starswirl Academy Extended Grand Tour. I don't think we really signed up for this, you know. You just kind of showed up and started dragging us along. Me. We really don't need it. And what's your name? You haven't told me yet. My name? Yes, your name, silly. I can't give you a proper tour unless I get to know your name. But we don't... She lets out a sigh of defeat and crosses her arms. My name's Ty Saito. My name's Ty Saito. Ty Saito? I have no idea how to pronounce that, and I don't care. I'm just going to go Saito. My name is Ty Saito, and we need to get to the headmaster's office. We have an important meeting we have to get to. I totally understand. The headmaster is awfully wonderful. I'll make sure you're right on time for your meeting. No problem. Really? You sure about that? Absolutely positively. I don't think positively is a word. So on the first stop of the Polly Park Super Amazing School Tour, I present you the Starswirl Academy Courtyard. She opens her arms wide as she shows off the area we just finished walking through. Seems classes have just finished and there's a lot more students wandering around now. The courtyard is most commonly used as a recreational area. It can be used for a wide variety of things. Picnics, sports, hanging out, studying, dates, walks, parties, late night rendezvous, pretty much anything you can think of. I don't think most people would use a courtyard in all of those ways. As you can imagine, it can be a somewhat popular part of the campus, though you'll see fewer people around here. You'll see fewer people here around study time, of course, but the year's just started, so everyone's just taking the time to enjoy themselves. Seems pretty relaxed for just such a prestigious academy. Oh, it just looks that way. Some students have simple tasks to complete around this time, but the classes are very serious. For example, I already have a 5,000-word essay due by next week. 5,000?! The school's only been open for a day. Wasn't it orientation? What have I got myself into? Well, that sounds simple enough. Maybe for a walking encyclopedia! So, the courtyard is just a commons? Pretty much. It's the only entrance and exit on campus, so everyone uses it at some point. Of course, you can always walk down to town if you want. It's only about a 20-minute walk from campus. A lot of students like to hang out down there during breaks. I see. What kind of things are there to do in town? Oh, there are things like restaurants, movie theater, an arcade, shopping district, town square, and lots of other little mom-and-pop shops. Everything to fill any of your towning needs. I see. I'll be sure to keep all of that in mind. Boy, for being someone who wasn't interested in a tour at all, she sure has taken a sudden interest in everything that Polly's saying. If you ever need a tour of the town, I'll be happy to help there as well. For now, though, we'll just keep it to the school. Let's head to the next area. Polly bounds off towards the building in front of us, leaving me and Ty to try and catch up with her. Polly opens the front door to the building. In front of us, we're greeted with hallways that stretch out to meet several classrooms. Way down the hall, I can see a stairwell leading to the other floors, students sparsely populating the paths. Welcome to the main school building. Here's the center of knowledge in the whole school. You'll find teachers' books, notes, sometimes lockers and chalkboards. Those are really important to learning things. I don't think the chalkboards are the important part. Well, of course they are, silly. If you don't have them, we wouldn't have accessible boards to take notes off of. They're a very important part of the curriculum. I don't think this girl knows exactly what she's talking about. Though I have heard that the school is looking into fancy new screen boards, like you'll be able to write directly onto them and everything. Can't you do that already? Yeah, but with these new boards, everyone can see the notes at once. Oh, God. That face. That face suggests things. That's how it is already. Really, I've been hearing it's mostly a budget issue, though. Seems the school is trying to save up for them. So chances are we won't be seeing them this year, but who knows? Maybe if class reunions, we could all stare in awe at how awesome the new stuff is. At this rate, I don't think I'll be attached enough to this school to care to go to a reunion. Still, though, the classes are something you're going to have to get used to. Seeing real fast. You're going to get used to seeing real fast. A school day is never done until you've seen them at least once, so this part of the tour will be a little short. But I know exactly what to show you next. It's super duper amazingly breathtaking. I Polly guarantee it. And she bounces off once more in a whirlwind. Jesus, that girl drinks too much Red Bull. Looking at Ty, she's biting the nail of her thumb, a nervous habit of hers. Seem to have started doing it as well lately. You okay? Oh yeah, I'm fine. The look of worry on her face quickly disappears and she seems to be back to her normal self. Come on, let's follow after her before she drags us by force. I can't help but wonder if Ty is really on board for the whole tour thing, but my mind can't seem to focus on anything other than moving forward. We follow Polly's bouncing to a door in the back of the building. Stepping through, a rather surprising sight greets us, an impressively sized garden. Plants of all types spread out from everywhere. We spot a couple of students passing through the groves, enjoying it as much as I am. The garden's split into sections. One section dedicated to all kinds of flowers, wood bushes, and other shrubberies. Shrubberies! You must find us a shrubbery! And other shrubberies that belong to the Knights of Ni. There's even a section filled with vegetables growing neatly in a row. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, sitting all neatly in a row. Towards the back of the garden, I can see several small shacks, two looking like tool sheds, and the others looking like greenhouses. All in all, it actually It's actually a rather incredible sight to behold. Not sure I was expecting for a school like this. Wait a minute, so... we are yet to meet Rainbow Dash and Flutternutter, but behold the school's garden. It has every kind of plant you could ever think of to research, look at, or eat. I highly doubt it has every kind of plant. Well, that's true, I suppose. Super duper rare types of plants elude us, but we have the most common types of plants from all around the world. We always import new ones every year to either add it or to replace old plants. Really, it all depends on how many students want to participate in the agricultural studies. Wow, with the size of the garden, that must be a lot of students. Well, I hear that this year it's less students than in previous years. That makes them no less important. There's even an agricultural club. Agriculture club. Though I hear the students have dwindled from it as well. That's weird. With such an expensive and well-maintained garden, you would think it would be a bigger draw from the students. Like I said, it has been. Just not recently, honestly. I see more people looking at their phones and video games than in books and walking around. That probably has something to do with it. That's a shame. Maybe I'll join the club. Taking care of the plants sounds relaxing. Their organization could use a little work. Perhaps organizing by genus or species. What do you think, Tom? Don't ask me! I don't know anything about this stuff! That'd be totally awesome if you did. They could use the help. No, in a moment. Polly's face lights up and she grabs our wrists again. Quick, get behind the bush! In a flash, Ty and I find our visions filled with foliage. Yeah, Polly, what the hell? Shh, you'll scare the animals. As I try to shake leaves out of my hair, Polly pulls out a pair of binoculars. Animals? Where? Following Polly's binocular gaze, it's easy to see what she's looking at. In the distance, there appears to be a girl tending to some animals. She looks fluttery and quite shy. Dang it. The first thing I notice is the striking pink hair that reaches down to her waist. Where Polly's is darker and more vibrant, her hair looks soft and looks like it's glowing in the sunlight. She's feeding some goats by the side of the main building, as well as a few other smaller critters. I think even the squirrels came to have a bite to eat. What does this campus need with goats, though? It's weird seeing livestock on a school campus. And from that day forth, any large gathering of animals is called a zoo! Unless it's a farm! Though I can tell one thing for sure. Those animals really seem to like her. Polly, who is that? Faith Summers. Fluttershy Faith Summers. And they both start with F and S, but you know, so does that one song by Reggie Watts, except it has an extra S at the end, which would be Stack. Her name's Faith Summers. She's in charge of making sure all the animals on campus are kept fed and healthy. Why do you guys have animals on campus? They're part of the agriculture club too, though a different section. There's a bunch of other animals in the sheds back there. She seems happy with it. Besides, she also has friends like me and Robbie to help her out if she ever needs it. So, Robbie, Rainbow. I see. Well, that's good. Yep. I'd introduce you two personally, but she's a little busy with the animals for now, and they get skittish around new people. They speak Yiddish around new... I just thought of that. They speak Yiddish around new people. So we'll save it for later. Come on, there's more for us to see still. This time, Polly grabs our wrists and drags us off quickly. I think I'm starting to get used to it. As I look back, I notice that Faith turned to watch us sprinting away. She'd be sad. Passing through the garden quickly, we emerge on the other side. Directly in front of us is a track field. It seems rather busy, though. There is a lot of students already running laps around the course. Looks like they're warming up. Any questions? Questions? I wasn't expecting that. I thought she was just gonna talk forever. Though one thing keeps bothering me. Well, maybe. That balloon on your uniform. Does everyone have something like that? Oh, you two haven't heard about it? She gasps in mock surprise. At least I think it's mock surprise. Could be the real thing. Now that you mention it, I think Dixie had a pin too. Her nose scrunches up while she tries to remember. She does that when a piece of information escapes her. Doesn't happen often, but I have to say, she looks kinda cute when she does it. It's a nice change from her normal demeanor. Is it a club insignia? You have a balloon, so party, committee? Polly laughs. Oh ho, close. This is my student flair. It's not as official as a student club. She wants the D. She got really quiet when she said that last part. Is it really necessary to whisper about something that you can see as plain as day on her uniform? She's acting like talking about it is punishable by death. Right, Headmaster Salomon mentioned it once. It's a symbol representing the person's personality or hobby. Bingo, that's right. Ty's just beaming. She really enjoys being right, even for something as trivial as this. Every year, the first years are presented with their own flair at the fall festival. It's given to them by the upperclassman who's gotten to know them best. But you two are new, so we'll pretend you're first years. So if you hang out with the school band, probably end up with a tuba or something. It's usually pretty personal, though. She points at her flair. I'm head cheerleader. My flair has nothing to do with cheering. Well, unless I bring balloons, which I sometimes do. I need to buy more balloons. She stares off into space. None of this is in the handbook, and I've read it 6 times. Why do I give the feeling she's underestimating that number? I'm guessing that's underestimating and not understanding. Well, duh, it wouldn't be. Yeah, you said it wasn't official. Bingo, part 2, electric bingo. Apple Bloom's Big Adventure Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. What? What? But it's part of the uniform. No, it's not, silly. It's entirely off the record. Like Dead Rising 2. Real hush-hush. The school just doesn't do anything about it. It's been a tradition for a super long time. Hush-hush? Is she for really? Is she for real? Didn't Ty just say that the headmaster Salomon told her about it? I think the tradition's older than the school, actually. How was that even? What do the teachers do about it? But you just said that the headmaster said... Oh, no one really minds. One time I even saw Miss Salomon compliment a student on theirs. So I'll be getting one too, then. Oh, I see it now. Of course, everybody gets one. 1 second, let me go back and... Okay, so you can only go back a specific distance. Whatever. Yeah, it'll be a bookworm. Ty looks like she just smelled something gross. No, I don't want a worm on my uniform. She tenses up like there's an actual worm on her shirt. Oh, I wouldn't worry. As long as you get to know someone, you're bound to get something super awesome. Wait, so what happens if you don't end up getting to know someone who already has their flair? Well, that doesn't happen often. But it does happen. There were 3 blanks last year. Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo Applebloom. A blank? I'm definitely going to get mine. She looks determined. I think she's too worked up over this. I wonder though. I hope there's no... Do blanks get treated the same? Seems like something that might cause teasing. Polly looks a bit more subdued while we talk about it. I swear she deflated a bit. Balloon indeed. Honestly, they're harder on themselves than anyone else is. There's always a few students who enjoy poking fun, but it's not any worse than anything else they could tease someone for. There's also no rule saying that a blank can't just assign themselves a flair if they really wanted to. Really? So I could decide what mine is right now? Well, yeah, but what's special about that? What do you mean? That perked her back up. She's all bubbly again. The flair is just fun. Is just part of it. Finding out who gives you your flair is half the fun. She traces the balloon on her uniform absent-mindedly. So, who gave you your flair? Polly smiles. It isn't her goofy smile. It's like she's remembering something bittersweet. Strange. Like, she's a different person. Oh god, time to make cupcakes. That's no good either. You can't just ask someone that. Flares are sort of intimate. Chicken. Just start up the Marvin Gaye music. Bow wow 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 wow. Bow wow wow wow. Okay. It's like showing how much you care about someone. Bow wow 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 wow. Bow wow wow wow. Okay. I see, so a flair can be a very personal thing. Bow wow wow wow. I'm gonna stop now. Hence why she didn't outright say who it was that gave her flair, I guess. Exactly. So, did the blanks end up choosing their own? Nope, the 3 from last year have been agonizing over finding their own. They want to earn theirs from their classmates. That's admirable. Mm-hmm. They're really focused, too. There's that goofy smile again. Polly releases an exaggerated gasp, pointing to the track. Students are running now. They've obviously finished warming up while we were talking. Ooh, she seems to be doing well. Who is? Polly clears her throat. So as you can see, this is Starswirl Academy's award-winning track and field area. Only the best of the best from other schools can compete at this track, and our students that use it always put up their best performance. So she's just going to ignore Ty's question then. A lot of things here at Starswirl are some of the best around. You're the best around. No one's ever gonna keep you down. But the track team is one of the more well-known ones. Starswirl comes in first place almost every year. Almost every year? Yeah, almost. We usually win first, but last year we got second place. Still, that's nothing to sneeze at. Starswirl's reputation just seems to keep growing and growing. It's quite the reputation. Is that why the students always seem to be working so hard? You could say that. I think they just... I think they know just how much it means to the school and try to be the best at what they do. I wanna be the very best. I keep singing in this episode. Special thing, penis. If you watch closely, you can see the determination in everyone's faces. They really want to keep the winning streak going. Looking at the students running, I can tell Polly's telling the truth. All of them look determined to make it to the end or do better than they currently are. It's an interesting sight to behold, especially considering, even if I had my own goals, they wouldn't be nearly that lofty. Sorry, give me a sec. Alright, sorry about that. Ooh, watch this. I think she's gonna try and beat a record. Polly points us in the direction of a specific student. It's easy to figure out who she's talking about. That girl's rainbow hair sticks out like a chocolate bar in a swimming pool. A nearby coach raises their starting pistol and... bang. Bang, bang, go the coffin nails like a breath exhaled. This video's gone forever, 'cause I'm gonna get copyright. I should probably shut up now. The girl flies from her starting position. Literally. I must admit, I don't think I've ever seen someone move that fast in person before. Only moments later, she crosses the finish line and the coach marks her time. Wow, she moves really fast. Racing is her life, honestly. I don't think she thinks about anything here other than racing. She kind of has a one-track mind at times. Get it? One track? Sounds like the two of them have a lot in common. Oh, looks like she has a moment. Robin! Robbie! Polly suddenly yells out, waving her arms frantically. The girl with rainbow hair notices and jogs over. Give me a second, I just got a Steam message. Hello! Me likey. Me likey very much. Oh, hey, Polly. Class is over for you already? I was busy training. I didn't even notice. Yep. Classes are done for today, but I did find these two new students outside the main building, so I wanted to give them a tour of Starswirl. The old Polly Parks Grand Tour Deluxe, huh? It's certainly been a while. Yep. I think they transferred in just now, too. Tom, Ty, this is Robin Douglas. Nice to meet you, Robin. Hey there. Keep pants on. So, you two are what, third years? Fourth? Whoa, you two are nuts. I didn't think it was possible to be lacking with subtlety. Something about her demeanor just screams that she isn't a very subtle person to begin with. Well, hey, what brings you guys to Starswirl then? Well, the academics mostly. Starswirl's... I came here for the academics as well. I'm hoping to learn a lot by cutting off Ty. I don't think that's entirely a lie, though I'm not really all that interested in learning too much, judging by what I'm seeing right now. I'm just kidding, but seriously. Well, that's cool. If you guys are thinking about joining the track team, though, I'd do it now rather than later. Competition is looking to be pretty tough this year, and we're going to need some extra training if we're gonna keep up. Well, thank you, but I'll be alright. Racing isn't exactly my thing. I probably read more about racing than I have experienced it. Yeah, I don't know if running is what I'd be interested in. Actually, for the record, barely running a quarter mile legitimately makes it hard to breathe to the point where I will almost start hallucinating. I'm not kidding.
Okay, Kat.
just ignore the noises you hear outside the door, too. Point is, that's actually true. So, anyway. Well, suit yourself. Not like it'd matter much anyway. I'm planning to go up for the very top. I won't stop for anything less. Well, I wish you luck in your goal then. Thanks, I'm gonna head back to training. See you around, Polly. A quick turn of her heels, she's jogging back to the track field. Seems her mind is really focused on training. She was nice. Oh yeah, Robbie and me are the bestest friends. We hang out all the time. If you get a chance, you should get to know her some more. I'll keep that in mind. You know, this tour has certainly been interesting, but I can't help but feel we're forgetting about something. Hey, Polly. What is it, Ty? As much fun as it's been, are we closer to the headmaster's office yet? I don't want us to be running late. Polly just stands there for a moment, blinking, almost absent-mindedly. Polly? Dots. 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 Oh, silly me. What? We went the opposite way of the head... I'm done. I'd flip the table if I could. I need my plushie. Why am I not surprised? Polly! That's not funny! Sorry about that. I was just having so much fun showing you guys around and I totally forgot what we were doing in the first place. We're going to be late. She will send us to the moon! Oh, don't worry, I promise I'll take you straight there this time. You'll get to your meeting right on time. With that, Polly begins bounding back towards the main building, leaving a frustrated Ty in her wake. I'm tempted to let out one of my usual quips, but I know that look on Ty's face. One wrong word, and my arm will be across the field, or the school, or the planet. Rather than instigate her wrath, I quickly follow after Polly. And don't forget to save. And I suppose that covers the basic stuff. This way leads to the Headmaster Solomon's office, but oh, you guys should really see the cafeteria. You got tons of great... Polly! She's still holding her composure for the most part, but I can tell when Ty's on the edge. Thank you for the tour, but now we just need to see the headmaster. Her voice sounds as strained as she looks. Well, of course, silly. You're new here. That means you should get a lay of the land first, if you don't get lost. If you don't, you'll get lost, or worse, confused, but now you have a basic idea of where everything is. Too close. Polly is suddenly in my face, her grin is stretching from ear to ear. I swear I can see her eyes sparkling. Sparkling like the twilight. So, pretty cool. What you think? It's, what do I think? Honestly, it's a bit too much to take in. Doesn't help that I was just dragged around campus to make me remember everything. In fact, it just confused me more. So I'm getting the feeling the subtitles of... No, the subtleties of personal space go right over this girl's head. It's cool. Nicer than my old school. Wasn't a question, but it came out as one. As invigorating as Polly's spirit is, I think I really need some help. And I think I really need some time away from her right now. I'm being overwhelmed with everything as it is, and she's really not helping me feel comfortable. Ty's panic voice doesn't help either. We are going to be so late. She will send us to the moon. My thoughts are broken by Ty's yelp. In a flash, she seizes my wrist and yanks me away before I can even react. My eyes dart between Polly and Ty, trying to figure out just what happened. Polly just smiles and waves at my hapless body as Ty drags me away. I don't even have a chance to wave back. The hell, Ty? What was this sudden rush? I tried to free my wrist, but she got in a death hold for someone who doesn't get much physical exercise. She has a strong grip. Must be her reading hand. We were supposed to be here 5 minutes ago. But, wait. What the... Okay, there. It's not even 3 yet. Look, I'm legitimately playing this at 2:56. She grumbles at me, mumbling something under her breath that I can't quite hear. I decide to let it slide. 5 minutes? Is that all? You need to calm down, Ty. I'm sure she'll understand. Besides, didn't you say you know her? She stops and tightens her grip on my wrist for a moment before letting it go, turning to face me. The look on her face tells me I'm about to die. Never face to face. And all the more reason to be on time. The headmaster's values discipline and structure. Not to mention that she put a lot of faith in me by letting me into this academy. I won't disappoint her on the first day. Oh, come on, Ty. If she believes in you so much, she's not going to kill you over 5 minutes. Ty takes a short moment to catch her breath and raises her hand to knock on the door. Before stopping, her hand then goes up and starts straightening her hair and batting down her clothes. I want to comment that she's only delaying us further, but something tells me I should keep my mouth shut if I don't want my lips ripped off. She keeps fidgeting with every little detail on her uniform to make sure it's straight or proper. It's actually starting to get on my nerves. Before I have a chance to chew her out for it, a voice drifts through the door ahead of us. Do come in, Ty. Ty does the exact opposite, freezing in place like a deer in headlights. My own attention turns to the door, surprised to be found so easily, also having to hold back a chuckle at the headmaster's remark. Poor Ty. She can't seem to catch a break today. I'd prefer not to repeat myself. They did a pretty good job with the whole Anthro Celestia. Ty can't get through the door fast enough. Barreling inside, she's already stammering and fighting her inability to rattle off 100 excuses. I don't understand most of what's coming out of her mouth, nor do I really think I should try. Like the animals, she's speaking Yiddish around new faces. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. She's abruptly silenced by the headmaster's raised hand. Please take a seat, both of you. I look around, still can't help but notice how huge Headmaster Salomon's office is. The walls curving inward like the top half of an eggshell. It's like the Oval Office. They're lined with books that seem to have come from all over the world. Compared to the hallway outside, it's like walking into an auditorium built for one person. Quickly follow Ty to the headmaster's desk, sitting in one of the 2 ornately decorated chairs in front of it. It's surprisingly comfortable. I'm so sorry we're late, Headmaster. We just got caught up. I understand, Ty. I've told you before. Selena is fine. How long have we been talking? Yes, Headmaster. I'm pretty sure I can hear the headmaster sighing, or maybe it just seems that way from how her shoulders gently sagged. She turns to look at me. And you are Thomas, correct? Something tells me that I should probably be quaking in my boots like Ty. After all, Starswirl is the most prestigious school around, and Selena is at the top. However, looking into her eyes, I can't help but feel comfortable. She seems to give off kind of a soothing vibe rather than a harsh one, even if she does send people to the moon. I mean, well, there was that, not on purpose, but there was that one time where she did that thing, and then, oh look, a sitar! I just noticed there's a sitar. It's a sitar. I wonder if they have a tech support guy play it. Yeah, I transferred with Ty. Of course. With a silent grace, she rises from her chair. She raises her chair and walks around the front of the desk. She places her hand on it for support before leaning up against it. I'm familiar with Ty's reasons for transferring, but I'm afraid I've not heard anything from you beyond the dry text of this application letter. I do not mean to insult your writing. It was a fine letter. I just prefer to hear things in your own words. As soon as she came off, that definitely sent a shiver down my spine. Out of all the things she could have asked, she starts with the one question I don't have an answer to. I came to play the sitar. That would be the terrible thing to do. That would be a terrible thing to do. Just in a terrible Indian accent to say, I came to play the sitar for tech support. Do not call tech support. Instead, play the sitar. She's probably testing my qualifications to even be here, as I don't even have half of the qualifications Ty has. It's as if I can already see my chances of going here slipping. Oh well. It was nice while it lasted. I pull up my collar lightly, which seems to have suddenly become extremely tight. To tell the truth, Headmaster, I'm not 100% sure. I know it sounded more certain in the letter, but I was kind of hoping I would figure that out while I was here. It's not that I don't have an ambition, it's more like I don't know where to aim it. Sounded like a good answer to me. I thought it could have been easily mistaken. Putting my thoughts into words, though, feels like I'm crashing into a rut. Like I'm on a boat, rushing down a turbulent river without a life jacket. With a sitar. You're certainly not alone in that, Tom. Starswirl Academy has helped many young men and women like yourself find their calling. I'm sure I can start you down that path, though I cannot walk it for you. I've seen Headmaster Salomon personally, or is that just how she refers to Starswirl Academy? Maybe she meant to assure me, but I'm filled with more questions than answers. Headmaster picks up some papers and looks through them quickly before turning to Ty. Now, my faithful student, I see here you've signed up for a full helping of courses in every subject matter. Math, physics, English, foreign language, botany, technology, and even philosophy. I signed up to play the sitar. I can't stop, I'm sorry. This is far too much, even for you, and quite unnecessary. Do not worry about missing out. There are lighter courses that will continue your education in the subjects you do not choose, but attempting to specialize in everything is impractical and defeats the purpose of specialization. That's not even taking into consideration the fact that you two are seniors. There simply isn't enough time, Ty. I will recommend 2 or 3 specialties at most. But what if I... Selena raises an eyebrow at Ty, in a sort of, do we really need to have this discussion again manner. Well, almost immediately. Not immediately, but almost immediately, Ty falls silent and then starts to play the sitar. I'm sorry, I can't stop. I wish I knew how to get Ty to calm down like that. You just need to play the sitar. Think hard about what these subjects you want to specialize in. Once you've decided, changing will be difficult, so be sure to pick the classes you know you want to take. I want to take a class that teaches me how to play the sitar. Yes, Headmaster. Yes, Headmaster. I want to play the sitar. And work for tech support. Selena gently nods her head at Ty before turning to face me again. She looks through her papers again before addressing me. Oh my god, his last name is actually Stone! It was a reference to Tom. Freaking... I'm done. I'm done. I flipped the table if I could. Thomas Daniel Stone. Nothing like being called by your full name to make you feel like a freaking reference. It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. A rock. A rock. It's a big, beautiful, old rock. The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles, and it's in great shape. According to what you told me, you're not entirely sure what you want to do with your ambition, so I'm going to assume you have no personal attachment to the class choices on your application, correct? I shrink a little in my chair being caught red-handed. I'd really picked classes that seemed to further my education in a general direction rather than anywhere specific. Like choosing to play the sitar. I might have picked classes Ty was going to be in as well. That's alright, I'm sure you'll have a better idea of what you want after seeing some class demos. I'm not so sure about that. Here at Starswirl, I personally like to think there are 3 types of classes: technical, applied, and theoretical studies. Technical studies will give you classes focusing on gaining knowledge and the hard facts about science and life. These subjects include classes such as technology and physics. They're excellent for if you think you might go into fields like engineering or scientific research. Applied studies will give you classes focusing more on talents you'll need from a real-world perspective. These subjects will include classes such as English and a foreign language. They will prepare you more for fields such as business management or foreign diplomacy. And theoretical studies, which will give you classes focusing more on seeking your answers to life. Subjects like philosophy and creative arts. They will help you think outside the box, beyond yourself and others, and prepare you to help the world through means beyond math and labor. Of course, some classes fit into all subjects, and others are mandatory, but it's up to you to decide what field you want to enter. So I want you to think about that for now, alright? Pick which classes you think you will fit best. We can sign and we can set up your classes for you. Alright, that sounds fair. I hate being put on the spot. Unless I have a sitar. Selena turns back to look at Ty. As for you, Ty, I know how hard it is for you to narrow down what you want to do from all the possibilities presented to you, so I want you to head to your dorm and think very carefully about the 3 subjects you're going to focus on. Once you have them, bring them to me tomorrow, and I'll ensure you're in correct classes, alright? Yes, Headmaster. Good. I feel that we've covered all we need to for now. She turns to her desk, reaches over, grabbing 2 envelopes off her desk. Turning back to us, she hands each of us one. I can see my name written on the font as I nervously take it. Inside those are your instruction letters. Maps are your introduction letters. Maps of the school where your respective dormitories are, and a key to your rooms. I want you to head there and rest up for now. Get something to eat from the dining hall. We'll meet again tomorrow at 4 p.m. I assume that will be late enough to ensure you 2 to make it here on time? Yes, Headmaster. Good. I'll see you then, Ty. You are dismissed. I would like a word with Tom for a moment before he leaves. Oh no. I do not want to play the sitar for her. She called tech support. Please do not call tech support. Shoot, I'm starting to sound like Ty. Except if she were a tech support. Ty gets up quickly and gives a quick bow before turning and heading for the door. The door closes with a click, and a certain finality. I hope. I'm not about to find out why Ty fears the headmaster so much. Now, Tom, I know this is a lot to take in, and I would imagine you're not so used to having a more personal relationship with the headmaster, correct? I nod, swallowing audibly. Somehow, I keep eye contact with the sitar. Okay, no, not with the sitar. With the headmaster. But I'm playing the sitar. I'm so stupid. I need to stop talking about the sitar now. I will save. I don't want you to feel pressured here. The focus at Starswirl Academy is always, and has always, and will always be learning. For almost every student, that means picking classes that interest them and inviting time and effort into the tasks given. I'm sure Ty will attempt to give 4 or 5 specialties by me despite my recommendation, because that's what works for her. For this is not an absolute truth. You may find extracurricular things interest you more than classes, and I urge you to pursue them. She leans forward, laying a hand on my shoulder. I can feel tension leaving me at the touch, and her warm smile melts my panic away. The only thing I ask of you is to do it with conviction and sincerity. Do not give less than you know you can. I think I can do that. My voice still shakes, though. Much less than I thought it would. I feel like in the daunting climb to find a purpose, I've finally gotten a good hold on something. The sitar! Wonderful. You can leave now, but remember, I'll always be here for anything you need. I won't judge you. If you have anything to confess, or rebuke you if you have any problems you cannot overcome on your own. Also, I will murder you if you make another sitar joke. I get up, giving the headmaster a quick wave goodbye before we exit her office. The second I step outside, I feel like I should have given her a bow too. Seems more proper. Returning to the waiting room definitely reminds me of just how big Headmaster Salomon's office is too. So what did she say? Di looking at me, holding her envelope to her chest, unsure of whether to be excited or concerned. She just had some technical things to go over. Boring stuff that you've already heard. Let's go! 2 of us head down the hallway, Ty opening her envelope to see where she's situated for now. I can't open mine. My mind is still running at a mile a minute. Maybe coming here was the right choice. Well? I blink a few times, turning to stare blankly at Ty. Where are you living? My mind's still catching up. I don't really know what to say. Should I know where my room is? Ty, sensing my confusion, points down at my hand. Your information packet. Open it, genius. She sounds even more excited than I do to see what's inside. Snapping back into the world, I fumble with the packet a moment before opening it. Inside is a folder with several papers, many stapled together, and information ranging from school layout to extracurricular activities. After a short search, I find the information I'm looking for. Mail 201. 2nd floor, not bad. I don't know, I kind of like higher floors. Get to see more when you look out the window. Yeah, but you also have to run down a ton of stairs every time you leave. That's what elevators are for. She groans at my response. Stop being difficult. Even with elevators, it's still more troublesome. I read through the dormitory introduction, making note of all the amenities. Community area with tables and chairs, microwave, curfew, bed, and furniture provided. Sounds cozy. Packet also mentions that the track and pool are for leisurely use, though I don't know how much I'll be using those. Doesn't sound too bad. I look up at Ty. Do you think they took our stuff to our rooms already, or is it sitting back in the lobby? Ty puts a hand on her hips and pokes my forehead with the other, frowning. Do you ever listen? They said everything would be taken to our rooms. I swear, if you didn't have me, you'd be lost half the time. Literally and figuratively. I nudge her elbow, grinning. I guess it's a good thing you stick around then. I feel sorry for your mother having to put up with you. That is mean. My heart, you cruel, cruel person. Ty smacks my head. Making a fool of yourself. Would it kill you to be mature for what? Kick her in the ovaries. Just kick her. Just kick her in the ovaries. Okay, never mind. Hey, Ty, relax. I'm just trying to blow off some of the nervousness. It's my first day here, and I don't want to be the girl who hangs out with the weirdo. Got plenty of that while we were in grade school. Besides, headmaster... I wave her off her next statement. She really is obsessed with the headmaster. Okay, I'll tone it down, but you really shouldn't worry about it. Just be Ty, and I'm sure you'll make friends. That's why I'm one. Ty straightens herself out, hugging her information packet to her chest tight and letting out a long breath. Nodding to me, she allows herself a small smile. You're right, I gotta calm down. Headmaster wouldn't want a student running around in a panic. Classes haven't even started yet. Freaking out would be silly. Atagaro. Apparently, this demo is only... This is only, like, the first day that they've worked out, but... The dormitory lobby is fairly large. I can spot a pool table tennis, foosball, and a lounge area with an impressive TV. Cozy, in a word. Half-asleep student at the reception desk, blah 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 blah. Never be thrilled with the idea of community bathrooms, but my first impression is that it's small. That's it.